Maybe far away, or maybe real nearby. He may be pouring her coffee. She may be straightening his tie.
The Children's Theater is a very unique place, and it is celebrating 45 years this year. And I think it has been a major force, not only in the Twin Cities, but nationally.
Betcha they're good, why shouldn't they be? Their one mistake was giving up me.
I'm Megan Fisher, and I am playing Annie. And I have performed at the History Theater, the Ordway, and Lyric Arts in Anoka. And it's just what I love to do.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
To be able to do the first production of Annie at the Children's Theater was exciting. And I think it's a perfect story for right now. It's about a country in crisis and the need for optimism and hope. And in 1933, this affluent white man decided to adopt this poor girl from the Lower East Side. And that was a pretty revolutionary act in 1933. And we are still, 80 years later, redefining family in this country. And this musical is about a redefinition of family. There will be about 80 performances, up to 10 a week, and that's a lot of performances for an adult actor. And Annie is on stage almost the entire musical, so just for vocal health, in my opinion, it would be irresponsible to ask a child to play that role 10 times a week. So when we set out to cast it, I immediately said, I think we have to share this role and cast two different Annies.
I'm Shawnee Elliott. I will be playing Pepper and understudying Annie. I always said if I didn't get Annie, I'd like to play Pepper because she's mean and she hates everyone. But Annie, it's just like there's such opposite roles, and it's really cool to play both of them.
It's a hard knock life for us. So gotta treat it, we get tricked. Static is
When I'm doing a musical, it starts with the voice. Often people will cast the actor ahead of the singer, but if a character sings, the actress has to be able to embody that character, which means the Annie has to be able to sing this role, which is really demanding. And so it just started with the voice.
No one's there when your dreams at night get creepy. No one cares if you grow or if you shrink. No one dries when your eyes get red and weepy. From the crying you would think this place would sing.
When I heard about this role, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna audition. This is my dream role. This is amazing, and I just knew this is what I wanted to do. There was about 500 kids who auditioned, and I had to sing Tomorrow a million times.
15, 16, 17, 18,
How many?
19, 20, 21, 22,
25.
24, 25.
Good. 5 push-ups, go.
My name is Michael Matthew Farrell, and I am the choreographer for Annie. I create all the dances, but I also work really side by side with Peter Rothstein, the director. And we've really figured out how to take both of our gifts and put them together.
Because naturally you would probably want to stand like that, but she's just like this. Oh boy. Yeah. Everyone says you're really important. Yeah?
When he gives us notes, it's fun though.
Yeah, it helps you be a better actor. That's what.
Because once you get it right, it makes you feel great.
Yeah.
No one cares for you a smidge when you're in an orphanage. Yeah, you know what? So if a couple other of you guys wanted to do your arms up, when you're in an orphanage.
I think you have to take into consideration the story. So my job is to create this number with kids that technically doesn't look like they're proficient dancers. But yet, I obviously want them to look like they're together. It's kind of that organized chaos.
It's a hard knock life for us. Instead of treated, we get tricked. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life.
Megan's voice is incredible. She has an incredible gift. Shawnee brings to the role a little bit more, maybe the rough and tumble Annie. Shawnee has a little bit more tomboy in her.
Full of sorrow life, no tomorrow life. Santa Claus we never see. Santa Claus, what's that? Who's he? No one cares for you a smidge. When you're in an orphanage, it's a hard knock life.
But Shawnee she has a lower speaking voice, a lower singing voice, and so we are doing her songs in different key signatures than we're doing Megan. So that's another piece of it, is when we record with full orchestra, we'll have to record the show in 2 sets of different keys.
We'll start with the figures on the iron ore shipments to Toledo. To what are we supposed to do with this child?
It is her first night here, sir.
It is. Oh, well. Annie, your first night here. I suppose we ought to do something special for you.
Oh, boy!
Why don't you sit down?
While you want to treat each artist as an individual and allow them to bring their instincts to the role, and Shawnee's performance will be quite different from Megan's. They're very different people, but they both have really wonderful qualities that are attributes of Annie.
Your first night here. I suppose we ought to do something special for you.
Oh, boy!
Why don't you sit down?
I think it actually is terrific for the two of them. I don't think there's a sense of competition. I think there's actually great camaraderie. And it allows Megan, who's an incredibly talented but a young actor, to step outside and watch and see the scene happening, which is a luxury that usually an actor doesn't get to do. They don't get to step outside and observe. We've honored that the musical is set in 1933, so the clothes are period clothing, and some vintage pieces as well as some that we've obviously built and designed. With the kids, what Rich Hampson, the costume designer, and I decided to do was to dress the kids in adult clothes. Like, people have dropped off boxes of old clothes as a donation to the orphanage, and these kids have gone through these boxes and assembled their own wardrobe. What I think that does is it illuminates the fact that these kids have been robbed of their childhood.
But brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes are evil, probably. They stand at a mile. But brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. So senator, so janitor, so long for a while. Remember, you're never fully dressed without a smile.
I love it. We're at tech rehearsal, and this is our first time running through the whole show. Got all my lines memorized, and I'm ready to get on stage now.
Okay, folks, here we go.
Pipe down, all of you. Go back to sleep, won't you?
I'm gonna have you guys enter a little bit later. You're coming out right at the top of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm gonna have you wait until the row of tomorrow.
We rehearse for what we call technical rehearsals for a week, and then we have a few previews, and then we open. So really a month from beginning to end between that first music rehearsal and opening night. So it's an intense month.
Why any kid would want to be an orphan, I'll never know.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Instead of greeted, we get tricked. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life. Got no folks to speak of, so it's a hard knock row-we ho. Cold blankets, stay up, full empty bellies. Stay up, it's a hard knock life.
When you work in a play, it's a whole group of people who are radically different, and they come together to make something magnificent, to make a thing of beauty. And that sense of collaboration, of teamwork, of going after something bigger than all of you together is the way we should all live our lives. And I think the theater excites them about that possibility, gives them the satisfaction of that, and they will open this play on time, on opening night, and they'll have made something beautiful. So that satisfaction, I also think, inspires them to other successes.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Smart kid.
Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none.
When I'm stuck with a day.
The beautiful thing and most challenging thing about being an actor is you are your instrument. To see a child kind of own that and be willing to take those risks, to make themselves vulnerable, and to put themselves out there, in my opinion, is a heroic and courageous act. So there's a lot of pride that comes then from watching that manifest itself.
Minnesota Original is made possible by the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.